it was obviously a good week for us last week. I think it really started with the Western Michigan game, to go on the road and play, the first half probably as well as we can, and then come back. And the Carolina game, I didn't think we played great the first half. A little bit caught up in the moment and the hype of the game, but the second half settled down, and then to respond, I think that was a big challenge. Long trip to Seattle, how they'd respond, after the Carolina game, and I thought they were very, very focused, especially defensively. And then we kind of grinded it out in the first half, battled them, and then we got the barrage of threes in the second half. And all early in the season, I thought we shot too many threes. And then it settled down. If you look at the numbers, I think we've been more, 10 to 14, going into that Gonzaga game. And I don't even think people really mentioned much in the Carolina game. We were 8 for 12, which is, really efficient and obviously great shooting. But the shots we got in the Gonzaga game, the threes, were pretty much rhythm shots. A couple little plays that we ran for Tisdale, they didn't deal with it very well. And then he makes the shots, and then he gets going, feeling good about himself. And then, DJ had really struggled from the perimeter, gotten some layups and played well, but, and then he gets one to go down, and Billy Cole gets a couple, Dimitri gets one, and so it's just off to the races. And a little disappointing once we got the 22-point lead. I think you just watch their body language. It changed a little bit, and I think we were just watching the clock to get the game done with, and that's where we got to make some improvement. When people can take away our ball screens, what are we going to do? Keeping movement, trying to, I think we were fine defensively down the stretch, but we had that little lapse there, allowed them back into the game. But you got to feel good about our guys and where we're at. This is a 2-week stretch here. We kind of put them in little packages that, you got a couple home games, then the UIC games mixed in with exams and projects and the finish of school. And it's so important that, we get better at practice. I think one of the big things I've talked along a little is that the freshmen, by Christmas, I hope it starts connecting and the light goes on. And then if they can take some steps, it's even going to make us better. I think this is a big 2 weeks for Tyler Griffey and Crandall. For their sake, to come and practice and get some confidence and make us feel good about them, so that we can maybe extend the bench and feel good about it, even in the big games. So that's what we're looking at. As far as Oakland goes, I've been. A lot of people have joked a little bit. Why didn't you just play them when you're out west? But it's Oakland, Michigan. We did play them in 04-05. Coach Campy has been there a long time. He's a good guy, good coach. They've had a nice run in that league. They have one of the best, a very good big man in Benson. He's been mentioned as an NBA prospect. I think he put his name in last year. He is a good player. Can score around the paint, block shots, 29 blocks. He's averaging almost 4 blocks a game. Pretty impressive. The Hamilton kid is also a very versatile young man that can get to the basket. He seems to have some good length, some good size, and some good quickness. And he's shooting the ball well from the field. So they are a good team. They're road tested. Their first 6 games were away from home. They got a couple games at home, and you see what the scores back in their league. They were pretty successful by big margins. And, I watched the Purdue game. We showed the first 5 minutes because they were up 14-6 on Purdue. It was a 4-point game at half and really stayed pretty close for about 30 minutes, and Purdue busted out a little bit down the stretch. But they're a good basketball team, very smart, got some size, some athleticism, and now they're road tested, and they're going to come in here. They won't have a fear factor, I think Coach Campy is scheduled to schedule because he feels he can be good. He wants to see, prepare his team to be, at their best and maybe have a chance to compete when they get, if they get in the NCAA and postseason, that they'll be able to compete with teams. So you got to challenge, tomorrow night, and especially to come back with the exams right in front of them from a big week. Yesterday's practice was good. It was a little. We had guys leaving and stuff because they had tutors and all that. We had to cut it short. But I thought for the hour and a half, hour 35, whatever we went after weights, they were pretty competitive, which was a good sign. And we'll see how they are today.